Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution. Episode, where are we at? 885? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the weekend. My camera was a little off because we did some Bowman breaks. It's still off. I don't like the way the angle this camera is, but we're gonna deal with it this morning. Welcome to the weekend. Camera's off because we did some Bowman breaks last night. The link is in the description. So if you missed it last night, went live, busted open 12 blaster boxes, went superfractor hunting. Spoiler alert, as I was looking up the odds on superfractors in Bowman retail or Bowman blasters, they aren't in there. So a little clickbaity title, I guess. So apparently, they did not slip any superfractors in the blaster boxes. However, it was a great break. Pulled an auto or color in every single blaster box, all 12. Now, this was a 40 blaster case. There were a lot of dud boxes, but saved some good stuff. The autos, I pulled 3 autos. Here I am, spoiling everything, telling you to go watch the video, but I'm telling you what the hits are. First pack, first box, Austin Charles, green auto, which actually, when I went to comp it, sells higher than what I expected. So I've got to buy it now of $80 on that. The other 2 autos, Nick Vogt of the San Diego Padres. I've got 10, and I pulled 2 of them. 2 of the 3 autos I pulled out of the 12 blaster boxes, the same one. When I saw the second one, because it's turned upside down, I'm like, oh, hey, maybe this is a color. It was not. Both chrome base autos, $10 in my eBay store. You can check out my eBay store. Not only did I add some of those Bowman that I hit last night, the color and the autos, but I also added about 500 football singles in my eBay store yesterday. So I finally climbed back over 38,000 active listings. At one point, about a month ago, I was over 40,000 active listings, but I've sold more than I've listed. Hey, ding, ding. That's the goal. So, but it's nice to keep climbing and get that balance. I want that balance of listing a lot and selling a lot. So got to find that sweet spot. So all that's been added. Also, I found I had a tub in the back of my car of the Goodwill, the latest Goodwill pallet that it's kind of a garbage pallet. Not much. There was the Tom Brady rookie and a bunch of $1.50 cards that'll go in my eBay store. Some quarter box inventory. But I was going through, this tub had a lot of like Walmart bags filled with cards, just dinged corners, Ziploc bags, dinged corners. So I was going through those, and you're like, well, why? If they're all dinged corners, why even waste your time? Well, because sometimes you find stuff like what I found yesterday. Serena Williams, Sports Illustrated for kids, first card, rookie card. So it's beat up. It looked like it was torn out of a magazine by a kid. That's like, oh, hey, cards. Small crease at the top. So I put it in the eBay store for $50 or best offer, which seems to be around comps. In that condition, it's probably not going to sell for full price, but offers are open. So that was a nice find. So what do I do when I get Walmart bags of cards in the Goodwill pallets? I throw them away. Yes, I do. I keep the Cubs. If I find anything like the Serena Williams, and also I do look through them. Why? Because one of these previous, this was actually like in a garbage bag, all just cards everywhere. It's like panning for gold. Because that's where I found a couple Kobe Bryant Fleer Ultra rookies, which ended up selling for $40 or $50 a pop. and they were in top loaders. So they were in decent condition in top loaders. So you never know. There may be some top loaded cards. There were some penny sleeved cards in some of the bags that I found. So they didn't have dinged corners. So they'll go in either quarter box or in my eBay store. So sometimes that's, you have to grind it out. How do you find all that? Well, sometimes you got to get your hands dirty and just look. And I know that's kind of what one of my pet peeves, when people always say, you find I never find that. And usually those people aren't looking, or they're not doing the work and getting down and dirty, going through garbage bags, looking through cards. So you have to put in the time to work. I don't find much on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm not looking every day. You have to look multiple times a day to find good stuff. And I've shared this story before. There was, I was still working at my office job probably 2 years ago. It was like in between pandemic, I guess. Either that or shortly after. I think it might have been the summer when I went back to work and then decided I'm going to quit my job. But it was just throw out a random day. It was a Wednesday night. I'm perusing the Facebook Marketplace, and I see like something that's too good to be true. Just multiple junk wax cases, and not even some were, I hate saying junk wax cases because that's not junk. Like 1986 Topps case. Whew. And they were asking like 40 or 50 bucks per case just because they've had it for 30 years. And it was the lady that it was her dad that posted it. And I think he was in his 70s or 80s, just get it out of my house. So they wanted like 700 bucks for like, oh my gosh. It ended up being like, do the math, 700 bucks divided by 50, 14. It was like 14 or 15 cases, some loose boxes. It's like, oh my God, this is something you don't even negotiate. You say you want 700 for it all. Yes, here's my money. I'm going to load this up right now. That's how good it was. So I see it and I'm like, ooh, boom, message. I'm interested. When can I do it? So unfortunately, the lady reached back out and she's like, thanks for the interest. It's my dad's. So if you can call him tomorrow, at like 9, you can talk to him and work the details out. Like, oh, so that puts an added bump in the road, right? So I'm at work, I'm in the office, and it's 9:00. And I get up out of my chair and I go out into the hallway and I call. And a lady answers. I'm like, yeah, this is Bo. I reached out to whatever the name was. I'm calling about the cards. And yep, that's I don't know if it was the wife or the daughter that had answered, but that's, say it's the daughter. Yeah, that's my dad's. He's on the phone right now. Can he call you back? He was on the phone with somebody else wanting to buy the cards. They called at 8:59. Damn it. Very nice guy called back, took the call. He's like, yep, the guy that I was talking to when you called, he bought him. He's going to come get him. But if it falls through, you're second in line. Guess what? The first guy bought him. Would have been a hell of a great deal. So that you can't just say, yeah, I look on Facebook twice a week. Like, you have to do it like gangbusters. Like, it's got to be your full-time job searching Facebook Marketplace. Now, every once in a while, something slips through the cracks and it may look like it's a bunch of shit. And you take a look at it and there's some diamonds in the rough. I've had that happen. So tip for the day, ABL, always be looking. Apologies to Glengarry. Is it Glengarry Glen Ross? That movie, Glengarry Glen Ross. Always be closing, always be looking. Todd, whoa! I'm getting ahead of myself. Todd Richardson, good morning. I wanted to say Richardson and good morning all in one word. Todd, good morning. Brian Wolf in the house. Asbland, what's up? Angel Baby Cards is in Central California. It's a little more West Coast friendly time this morning. What I say last night, I'm like, probably go on about 8:30, and boom, like 8:29, I'm hitting live. Let's go. I do have to go back to the house this morning. Why? Well, so went over to the house because I want to make sure it's all closed up. We've had some issues with the last people out not closing doors. That happened twice in a row. Fortunately, last night that wasn't the case. So it's 5:30. I make my second post office run and drop off packages at 5:30, and I'm like, I'm gonna go swing by the house because they've been leaving at like 6:30. These are the Tylers, Tylers as in tile, not their name Tyler. So I'm like, it's Friday. I'm sure they're probably gonna take off a little early. So I drive by at 5:30. They're still there. I just drove on by. I'm like, I'll swing by at 6:30. So I go home, and what did I do? What did I do at? So that was at 5:30 on my way back from the post office. So I go home, and I listed some cards on eBay. I did a batch through Card Dealer Pro, listed 100 cards, and took Biscuit outside to go potty. 6:30. Okay, they're probably done. Nope, they're still there. I guess that's a good thing. Ends up, maybe they should have left early because I went back at 7. I go home. I put in a frozen pizza. I go back at 7:30. They're gone. Garage door is shut. Front door is closed. Hey, we're 2 for 2. Door's even locked. So go inside and check it out. Take some photos. My wife is with her mom in Chicago doing some furniture shopping, and take photos. Oh, she also needed measurements. My wife's notorious for going shopping for like furniture, and then like after she's gone, texting me, "Hey, can you go take measurements of this, and this?" It's like, why didn't you do that or have me do this before you left? Anyway, so I take measurements of one of the bedrooms and take the photos, and she goes, that's the wrong tile in the guest bathroom. And I'm like, funny. I'm like, really? And she goes, yes. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? No. So she's like, can you go back? She's like, are they working in the morning? I'm like, I don't know. They don't speak English, and I don't speak Spanish, so I cannot communicate. I guess I could get Google Translate out. She's like, well, go back in the morning because they're going to have to rip all of that out. I'm like, well, that really sucks because I think that was like a day, probably an all-day job for that specific Tyler. So whoever was in, and it's not their fault. They were just told, hey, put the tile up. Whoever was in charge of the job effed up. So we don't like this tiling company. They have made multiple mistakes and have been kind of a pain. But we got to get through it. So that's what I have to do this morning. Go back over to see if they're working on Saturday. Undrafted player is with us from France. What is up? Good morning, or I should say probably good afternoon. Let's see. France, I'm guessing it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Is it 3:45-ish? I'm guessing you're 7 hours ahead. Let's see. Small Town Collectibles sitting at a USSSA select softball tourney because they didn't tell us until we got here that the games are postponed until 3 p.m. That sucks. I hope and I don't know where you're at. If you're on the East Coast, it's a little better than if you're in the Central time zone. It'd really suck if you were in the West Coast. That's a long day. Even if it's on the East Coast and it's 9:45, that's still a long wait. That blows. Sal Dougie in the house. What's happening? Terry Alexander, what's up? Good morning. Pulling and shipping. Love it. That's what I'll be doing here as soon as I get off here and then go check on the house and then back to shipping. Enjoyed last night's live rip. We'll be looking for some Red Sox in your store. Let's see. Where are we at? Cooter in the house. What's up? Graduation day for my daughter. More card money for me. Hey, congrats. That's a big day. Sheena in the house. What's up, Sheena? Oh, Sheena, I was going to reach out to you. I know we talked last weekend. I think you are good for May and you cannot set up in June. Was that correct? So you are good for May. Just want to confirm that for the Madison Card Show, which is, by the way, next Saturday, a week from today, Madison Card Show, next Saturday. Get there, come in early and watch Slaughter on Friday night at Bratfest. Slaughter and Steven Adler on stage Friday night. I don't know who's on stage. I don't think Saturday nights have any names of note. But live music, good brats, tasty beer, Bratfest next weekend. I think it's actually supposed to be really nice, which could hurt traffic at the Madison Card Show. Let's see. Weather on the fives here on Hobby Evolution. We've got Friday 74, Saturday 80 and sunny. That's not good card show weather, especially in May when it's been like overcast and 50 for several months. So Saturday with sunny and 80, I'm not looking forward to that. Many people don't want to be stuck inside around other dudes looking at pictures of men on cardboard. So it might not be a good turnout with that type of weather going on here in Wisconsin. Hall of Fame card collector, what's up? Good morning. He's selling a lot of cards lately. That's good. I mentioned yesterday my ebbs and flows where last Saturday was terrible. Sunday was awesome. Monday was terrible. Tuesday was awesome. Wednesday was terrible. Thursday was awesome. Guess what? Friday was awesome. So back-to-back awesomeness. So that's good. Today, off to a decent start for a Saturday morning. So where are we at? Let's see. Andy Mack in the house. What's up? Good morning. Paul Heath, good morning. Joe Olivo, good morning. New house update video, please. I will. I'll do that today. I've got some photos that I post on Twitter, but I know many of you may not be on Twitter. So I'll do a walkthrough video today. There's not much going on in the basement because now, like, pretty much the basement is done with the exception of carpet. That's all that needs to be done. I mean, and then furnished. So yeah, there's not much left to be done in the basement because flooring is in my office and the workout room, and then the rest of the basement is carpet, and which is going to be like the last thing they put in. So yeah. But I'll do a walkthrough. When I go over to, if there's no workers there, I'll just do it today. Let's see. Herman in the house. What's up? John is with us, and he said, math is hard. What's up, John? Angel Baby Cards. I'm back with Topps cap on, hot coffee in hand, ready to listen. Card Hobbyist is here. Flawed Thinker. What's up? Tone Loke. Oh, how could I forget Tone Loke playing Bratfest? All right. Now, who else am I missing? Bratfest. 2023 Bratfest. It's right across the street from the Madison Card Show, which, by the way, again, is next Saturday. But Bratfest is one day doesn't do it. It's a 3-day extravaganza. Music. Friday. Here's the lineup. Let's see. I want by time, because that's probably going to give us a lot of these I've never heard of. Because they're probably like regional or just, they're not mainstream. Saving Abel, I know them. They're really good. Saving Abel, it's a rock band. They're on stage Friday night. I love Saving Abel. Steven Adler's on stage. So Saving Abel's on stage from 6:15 to 7:15. Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses takes the stage at 7. Me and a buddy talked like, maybe we should just go to the hotel and hang out at Bratfest, get drunk at Bratfest. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can swing that the night before a card show. Craig Campbell. I think he's a country. Yeah, he's country. Let's see. All my friends drink beer. It's about time. See, I thought Craig Campbell had some stuff when I was working in country radio. Oh, looks like he did. His first single, the sentimental ballad Family Man, hit the top 15 on Billboard's country airplay chart in 2011. Okay, I was not working country radio then. Out of My Head also cracked the top 15, while the catchy tune Fish garnered more than 10 million on-demand streams. So I guess I don't know Craig Campbell. And Steve Adler, I guess Slaughter does not play Friday night. So Steve Adler of Guns N' Roses and Saving Abel are on stage Friday night. Let's go to Saturday. Slaughter is on Saturday. That's right. So stick around after the Madison Card Show on Saturday and see Slaughter take the stage. Let's see. Also on Saturday, we've got Kings of Radio. I've heard of them. Oh, they're just they're a local band. They're out of Madison. That's probably why I've heard of them. Wayland. They're a rock group. Let's see. Madison County. They're a big hit around here. They're a local country band. But they're really popular. And then Slaughter takes the stage. And then I think Sunday. Oh, Sunday's Tone Loc. Sunday is Tone Loc. I saw him down in Dallas for Collecticon. Now he plays Broadfest. Tone Loc, Broadfest and Collecticon. Tone Loc's on stage 6:45 Sunday. Kid and Play at 8. Hey, one of my dealers is actually on stage at 4:00 on Sunday. He's part of a 90s alternative rock cover band called the Foo Foo Dolls. Ray is part of that band. Let's see. They do songs from, they've even got YouTube videos. Nirvana, Green Day, Stone Temple Pilots, and more. So, and Ray's in the background of that YouTube thumbnail. So Ray will actually he had to miss last May's show because he was on stage on Saturday. This year he's on stage on Sunday. So you can come out see Ray on Saturday at the Madison Card Show and then see him perform with the Foo Foo Dolls on Sunday. Madison Card Show next Saturday. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive, 9 to 3, free admission. After the show, go see Slaughter on the stage at Broadfest. Good morning, Shane in the house. Let's see. Heads up, I'm having a bit of trepidation about the Fuji software. Seems what I installed doesn't seem to produce the right pics. Lots of empty space around each pic. That I don't know. I'm not sure. Try customer service. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. What would be causing that? Stuke, what's happening? He's in Dallas. Good morning. Steve Ains Comedy in the house. What's up? Happy Saturday. Justin Sports Card says, just issued a refund on a USPS PWE that didn't make it to the destination. Now on eBay chat for the last 30 minutes trying to explain to them what a PWE is. Is this normal? Yes, that is absolutely normal. Absolutely normal. Most people don't know what a PWE is. Unless you're selling low-dollar sports cards on eBay, then you are very familiar with PWE. Most of the popular, if I ask my wife, hey, what's a PWE? She would be, I don't know. Most people do not know. Even within USPS, I don't think that's like an actual term that they probably use within the post office or eBay. So I don't know what your issue is with why you're on eBay chat. If you issue the refund, just go, if it's a standard envelope, just go to this website that I'm plugging in and file a claim, and you're good to go. JW, what's up? Good morning. Trek Korea, what's up? We lost both games. Oh, I think this is Dan. Hosmer DFA'd. Yes. So the Cubs made a lot of moves yesterday. Nico Horner activated from the injured list. Love to see that. Don't love to see Cody Bellinger going on the injured list. Corresponding moves. Keegan Thompson was sent down to AAA. Eric Hosmer was DFA'd. The Cubs also brought up Mike Tauchman and Edwin Rios. So some interesting moves there. So Hosmer DFA'd. Talkman and Rios up, Thompson down, Horner back, Bellinger to the IL. Lots of moves by the Cubs yesterday. I knew it was coming. Eric Hosmer getting DFA'd, knew it was coming eventually. I honestly thought, actually, this is about the time. I thought they would give him a solid 2 months to get things figured out if he could. He didn't. So I'm not surprised at all he was DFA'd. Baseball, Broncos in the house. Heard a rumor that the opening act for Saturday at Bratfest is Bowman East Coast Tom singing all the hits of Styx. Yes. Mr. Roboto. We're gonna open with Mr. Roboto. Domo. Talking Tatis, Slaughter is playing with White Snake out here in Oregon. Nice. Any butt rock at Bratfest? No butt rock, which is disappointing. No Stained, no Nickelback. Let's see. Tone Loc, Funky Cold Medina. Yes. The Fuji Fighters. I like some Funky Cold Medina. Let's see. Andy Max says, my country music knowledge spans about 7 months in 2000 when I was a server at Lone Star Steakhouse. Yeah, my country, I'm decent because I enjoy a good country song every now and then. In fact, I was listening to country last night. One of my favorite stations on Pandora is Montgomery Gentry Radio on Pandora. But I like it all. I like Tone Loc. I like Saving Abel. I like all sorts of music. I worked in country music, in country radio. Let's see, when like Toby Keith, Dierks Bentley, Rascal Flatts. Those were like the big names, the songs that I was playing on radio. So that would have been what, 2006, 7, 8 in that time frame. Probably 2006 to 8, 2007, 2008. Rolling the hits. John issued a refund this week. I have to wait 30 days to file. 30 days from shipping date. So not from the refund date. So you have to wait 30 days from the day it was shipped. So let's see. So that'd be like April 20th. So like if it was shipped April 20th, I think you would be eligible. And it actually might be like to today, it might be April 19th. Because today would be the 30th day. So 30 days, 31 days, however you count it. But yeah, 30 days from shipping date is the time. Let's see. Any thoughts about series stickers versus the regular cards? I'm buying stickers, but not sure about their value for the future. Are you talking like top stickers? I think they're garbage. I don't think there's any future value in stickers. At least in like the sports card area. But that's just my opinion. Let's see. JW says, yes, sir. My Nico is back with his bat. Love it. Great. I love him at leadoff. So I am not doing anything hot. Well, actually, Upper Deck 96 Space Jam stickers. I don't know. I don't know anything about Space Jam. So possibly. I do know, like in non-sports, like the stickers sell better than the cards, like Charlie's Angels from the late 70s. The stickers sell better than the cards. So yeah, maybe. But I don't have much knowledge in that field. So I can't really give you a good, honest opinion on that. So I'm not going to be doing much hobby. It's working today. It's hobby related, but it's work. It's shipping. I'll probably just do a lot of shipping today. I don't know if I'll list any like bulk batches into my eBay store today. I do want to do a lot of shipping. What's up, George? Good morning to you. Good evening to you, I should say. Let's see, 87 tops. Yes, there's another one. The stickers are better sellers in WWF. 87 and 85. Andy Max says, I'm into grunge more than butt rock. I'm seeing Pearl Jam twice in September. Love it. PJ shows 25 and 6. Congrats. That is awesome. I've only seen Pearl Jam 4 times. Is that right? Yeah, 4 times. That's it. 4. And I love, and Pearl Jam's I'm not a big concert goer. We were going to do Pearl Jam in Italy. So we had planned a trip, and this was like during COVID, like, and actually that tour got canceled because of COVID was still kind of going on. This would have been in 2020 or 2021. It had to have been 21 because 2020 was like when it was ravaging. So they had their European tour, which eventually got canceled. So we were going to do like a Northern Italy and Switzerland vacation. And we were going to kind of tailor it around Pearl Jam. And so Pearl Jam was playing one of the F1 racetracks in Italy. I can't remember which one. And then they were also doing a show in Switzerland. By the way, Switzerland, very expensive. So the Switzerland Pearl Jam tickets were like $600 each. Like whatever it was in US dollars, it was 600 in Switzerland. But the F1 track, it was like they could offer as many tickets because it was just a huge venue. Switzerland was like an actual like arena. So they were limited. F1 racetrack, not limited. I think it was like $100 for a ticket, $90, $100. So we had planned on that, and then COVID kind of ruined it. So we are planning a European vacation next year. That was that's kind of the thing my wife and I do is I do like a trip by myself to spring training. My wife does a trip with her mom to Florida. Her mom's got a house down there, and then my wife and I do a European vacation in the late summer. COVID has ruined that the last few years. And then this year, my wife and her mom are doing a European trip without me. They're going on a cruise to France and then kind of, I think, touches Italy. So nothing here. Nothing this year for me. This year for me is spring training in the national, and then I guess a couple Dallas trips. My trip last week or 2 weeks ago, and then hoping for November that I can make a trip to the Dallas card show. Where are we at? So I'm jealous. 25 and 26 shows. My buddy Quincy, who I've gone to 3 of the 4 shows with, him and his wife are, and I think they've been to like 25, 30 shows. They've been, I think they've done like 4 or 5 international shows. They did the Black Forest in Germany. They've done London. They've done Rome. Where else did they go? They might have done Amsterdam one year, but they've done some awesome. I think they did Paris one year. They've been all over the U.S. Let's see. Jay, what's up? Good morning to you. Butt rock is my guilty pleasure, says the flawed thinker. Same here, man. I will crank the Creed. I crank the Creed, man, and I have no issues. You can talk shit. I'll drink Bud Light and I'll listen to Creed. I don't care what you think. Look at that guy. He's drinking Bud Light and listening to Creed. And I proudly do it. Let's see. Talking Tati says the Padres have issued a no trespassing in San Diego on Eric Hosmer. Padre fans warned us. You warned us about Eric Hosmer, and you were right. He was what we thought he was. Victor, the rookie card specialist in the house, good morning. Having problems with new inventory. Can't find the time to go through collections I've purchased. That is the age-old problem, my friend. I have the same. I've got all my Bowman that I just, that I think if I do list today, it's going to be my Bowman because I've got so much Bowman, and I'm going to have to sort more because I just ripped through 40 blasters. So that's always a concern, man. Trying to get through old inventory and getting it listed as fast as you can. That's I have to be like right now. I have to be very picky on what I buy because I get every card show I'm at. I get 3 or 4 people like, hey, you want to buy my bulk? And it's like, a lot of times I'm like, well, what is it? They're like, well, it's a lot of 80s and 90s, but there's some good stuff in there. No, I don't want it. No. No. So, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, because I'd rather have 80s and 90s stars than 2020 and 2021 rookies. Because I can sell Jose Canseco, Ricky Henderson, Cal Ripken Jr., Barry Bonds. I can sell that faster than I can sell 2021 Panini Contenders rookie cards. Because there's just a lot of it out there on eBay. And it's not because, and I think some people say, well, that just shows you how much they're producing these days. No, it's just, it's new. And so that's, what do people list? New stuff. What are people buying? New stuff. When you buy it, what do? You list it to sell. So that's what it is. And most people, like, especially within the hobby, oh, that 89 tops, that's just garbage. Why would you waste time listing it? So I shouldn't say nobody. Very few people list that stuff. And that's why it sells. Now, with Card Dealer Pro and Fujitsu scanners and people realizing that stuff sells, there's a lot more of it on eBay. So there's more competition. So if you are listing that, you may see less sales. I'm seeing less sales on some of the stuff, but I'm still moving. I'm still moving some. Okay, Sheena, got your message. Thank you. So I'm still moving. In fact, here's my last 5 eBay. 2011 Topps Billy Wagner. I don't even know why I listed that. So that's the most recent sale. 2011 Topps Billy Wagner. 1989 Topps Dwight Gooden. 1989 Topps Dwight Gooden. No lie. 1991 Upper Deck Jeff Bagwell, which is a rookie card, so that's understandable. 2022, oh, this is an offer. Oh, that Bagwell's an offer as well. So a couple offers, Bagwell and Gilbert, Drew Gilbert, who's hot. These are probably dollar offers. Oh, this guy wants 5 of them for $625. So yeah, I'll accept your offer. But I'm guessing the 91 Upper Deck Bagwell's a dollar offer. It is. So we're just going to counter 140. Sorry, but that's the basement. That's the basement. That's a new word. I saw that on Twitter. What's your basement on this? What? I've never heard that before. 1997 Topps Demolition Men, Reggie White with the Packers. I knew that would sell. I just listed that yesterday. I knew that would move. A lot of baseball's been moving. 95 Studio Credit Cards. Cliff Floyd sold. Matt Williams. 2007 Upper Deck David Wright. I said my last 5, but I'm just going down the list here. 2007 Topps 1952 edition Phil Dumatrate. 2007 Upper Deck Masterpiece Chin-Min Wong. Another football card I listed just yesterday, 94 Fleer Provision Jerome Bettis. So some of the recent sales in my eBay store. Talking Tatis saw Pearl Jam in St. Petersburg in the early 90s. $15 tickets when they were warring with Ticketmaster. Love it. My first BJ concert wasn't until 2003 in Champaign, Illinois, part of the bootleg series, which I actually have. See, that CD would not have been in my car when it was broken into and all my CDs were stolen, but I don't know where my bootleg, I think it got lost in a move. But I have like a few, and I think when I recorded it, because I have a burned CD of that bootleg series burned. I remember when CD burning was a thing. And I played it. My Ford Edge still has a CD player in it. So I popped that baby in, but it only played like 5 tracks. So I don't know if it's the CD or what, but that was my first show, 2003 Champaign. Canceled shows are brutal. That would be amazing. Yes. My dream show is Amsterdam, and we tried to make that same. With Europe, you have to be careful because we didn't want to go in like July when it's frickin' blazing hot in Europe. But my dream would be seeing them in Amsterdam, and then also in Rome. Rome did I say in Rome? In Italy. Rome probably wouldn't do it for me. I'd like to see them in like if they ever do shows in like smaller, are they even doing a European tour? Let's see what they're doing this year. Not that I can go, but Pearl Jam. I know they're doing a big US tour this year because they're coming to, and I don't even know if I'll go to the Chicago because they're playing in the United Center, and that just doesn't do it for me. So August through September, 9 shows: St. Paul, Chicago, Indianapolis, Fort Worth, and Austin. So maybe they're not doing Europe this year. Yeah, that's the only tour. So, like if they did like Florence or like, I mean, that would be, or even like a small, like a rural area in Italy, that would be freaking sweet. And Sheena messaged me, got it. Thank you. Angel Baby says, where are we at? That's not what Angel Baby says. That's what I said. But Angel Baby says, I hear you, Victor. I've got so much stuff. I have no idea where to start for listing on eBay. That's the paralysis. I get that all the time. I have all of this stuff to list and it paralyzes me and I don't know where to start. That's another big problem. And sometimes you just have to start somewhere and it doesn't matter. And so I tend to overthink it and I'll be like, and I'll go through a box. Oh, I don't want to list this. I don't want to list this. And it's just like I'm overcome by this paralysis. And that is like, what's our biggest enemy? Indecision's our biggest enemy. And I get paralyzed and then it leads to indecisiveness. And indecisiveness leads to not doing anything. And not doing anything leads to wasted time and lack of money coming in because we're not listing anything. So that is a paralyzer. And sometimes you just have to like, I mean, I would have never thought an 89 Tops Doc Gooden would sell in my eBay store, but sometimes it's like, let's just list it. Just get it on and list it. Let's see. Leaving Clark Griswold home on a European vacation is a good call by your wife and the notorious MIL. I know. Notorious MIL and my wife leaving for a cruise. But I will be, they're not leaving me home alone because I'll be at their trip actually like coincides with the National. So I think they leave the Friday of the National. So I'll leave Wednesday morning for Rosemont, the Donald Stevens Convention Center. So I'll leave Wednesday morning and get down there Wednesday afternoon. And then my wife leaves like Friday, and then my mom comes up. My mom is going to be dog sitting and house sitting. And then I'll be back Sunday night from the National. And I think my wife's gone for, I don't know, 12 days, whatever that is. So part of it coincides with, so I will be home alone for a week. Let's see. Andy Mack had tickets for PJ in San Diego, then was going to be VIP at Coachella to see Rage Against the Machine in April 2020. Oh, that's a bummer. And that was like right when things shut down. Bummer. I'm not a Rage fan though. Like my friends in high school, like love. In fact, here I'm aging myself. So Rage Against the Machine, spring break 2001. Me and like 6 buddies get into my friend Chad's parents' van, conversion van. I love conversion vans. And we take off for Florida, Daytona Beach. And we drove like through the night. And we brought with us, this was long before TVs and headrests and TVs on board your vans. We brought with us like a 19-inch tube TV. Remember, this is 2001. 19-inch tube TV with a VCR. DVD players were still kind of on the come up. So we had a VCR and a 19-inch tube TV in the back of the van. And one of the VHS tapes we brought was Rage Against the Machine, like one of their tours on VHS. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't like Rage. Put in Pearl Jam. That was 20-year-old Bo. But yeah, that's one of my, I wouldn't call it fond, but a memory nonetheless from our spring break trip, watching a Rage Against the Machine concert on VHS on a 19-inch tube TV in the back of the conversion van on our way to Florida. Spring break. Spring break 2001. Jim Brown. Yes, Jim Brown passed away. Bummer. Let's see. Cooter says, accidentally saw Blues Traveler last night. Was a good show. Much better than the last time I saw them. See, I'm not a big Blues Traveler fan either. I don't like Blues Traveler. How did the Bowman break go last night? I was at work, so couldn't watch. I ripped 12 blasters. I pulled an auto or a color in every single box. It is on. You can go watch the video. The autos were kind of a disappointment. I did pull a green auto of Austin Charles, which is a decent pull. And then 2 were dupes. I pulled 2 Nick Vogt base chrome autos. They're like $10. So imagine getting that in a hobby box. Imagine spending $250 on a Bowman hobby box and your one auto is a $10 Nick Vogt. That's a bummer. I did pull a Drew Jones Lunar Glow refractor, and I also pulled a Drew Jones Sky Blue paper out of $4.99. Those were probably the biggest hits. The Austin Charles green auto and then the Drew Jones. Let's see. Angel Baby. Forgot to ask. I need a sports card group listing service to process, submit my cards, and get them back to me that I can trust. I need somebody here in Southern California. Any suggestions? Sports card group listing service to process, submit. I don't even know of any services like that. The only thing I can think of is like ComC, but they don't send them back to you. They process and submit their cards to ComC, and then they do all the shipping for you. I don't know of any third parties that list them and then send them back. Shane says ComC does all that, but there you go. But you don't get your cards back. There you go. Shane answered that all for you. Stuke says, I've been to Blake Shelton's and Reba's restaurants in Oklahoma the last few weeks. Live music with good food. No Blake or Reba, though. So you're saying they can submit my cards to PSA. No, that's a horse of a different color. They can submit my cards to PSA for me and do everything. So I don't think ComC does that. But there's a lot of groups, and you don't even have to do California. Like I submit to 5-Star, and I know they're like the sponsor group submitter for Sports Card Nonsense. That's a big group on Facebook. There's a lot of reputable group subbers that you can submit, and then they'll do all the work for you and submit to PSA, SGC, wherever you go. Andy says, that's awesome. Champaign. Yes. We were at the same show. That's so cool. Champaign, Illinois. It was like April 25th. In fact, I had just started my radio job in Macomb. In April, like April 2nd was like my first day on the job. April 2nd, 2003. When I went through the interview process, I said, now there's 2 days that I need off, like April 25th and 26th, because I'm going to see Pearl Jam in Champaign. And they're like, okay. So it's like, isn't that the worst? Like you start a new job and you're already asking for time off. I did when I started my job here in Madison 9 years ago. I had to say in the interview, like I need the first 2 Fridays of June off because I broadcast the softball state finals in Illinois. I was already committed to that. So yeah, Champaign, Illinois. That's awesome. Brian Wolf, 1994 Lollapalooza rocked. Angel Baby says, I didn't know they did any card submissions to PSA. I don't think ComC does. I thought you were talking about listing cards, not submitting cards to PSA. Where are we at? Let's see. Shane says they won't submit anything to PSA. You have to do that. I need to find somebody I can trust to do the submissions. There are a lot of group subbers that are reputable. And it doesn't have to be in your local area. You can ship them off to wherever. I use 5-Star Cards. Check them out on Facebook, 5-Star Cards, group submission. They're highly reputable. Let's see. Austin, what's happening? Cyclops in the house. Little late, but good morning. Let's see. Let's see. Angel Baby says they aren't my cards. They are my older brother's cards. I told him I would look for somebody to help him submit his cards to PSA. Andy Mack saw PJ twice in 2016, slept outside for 24 plus hours to be front row center, wore my Cubs hat, and Eddie gave me a pick at both shows. That is so freaking cool. That is awesome. Was that at the Wrigley show? Oh man, that 2016 Wrigley show. I was only at one of the two. I was at it was Saturday and Monday, I think. That was such a great show. And I get goosebumps, and I took video. Oh, this is probably my wife texting. Nope. Where was I at? Pearl Jam, 2016. Oh, completely lost my train of thought. Awesome show. Austin says close. Oh, I took video of Someday We'll Go All the Way. And I watched that back after the World Series and like goosebumps. I mean, and I was like, I like still clearly remember like being inside Wrigley Field, like my favorite place on earth, watching my favorite band on earth. And it was just because I was not at the 2013 show at Wrigley. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so awesome. Austin closed on the lease for our shop. I think grand opening is Father's Day weekend. I don't know if you remember me telling you that. I do remember you telling me that, but I don't remember where. So where's your shop going to be? Is it in Janesville? I can't remember what you told me, but I do remember you telling me that. So Father's Day weekend, I think, is my Madison Card Show weekend. So I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Let me. Where are you at city-wise? JW says 1 cent Sports Cards does free PSA submission if you're a Patreon. You just pay the fee. He takes care of everything else. Great channel. Let's see. Angel Baby Cards. It's the worst. I have no idea where I want to begin this card listing sleigh ride. I so need to get one of those table coffee machines that can sit on my desk and make it keep coffee hot. Found them on Amazon, but never ordered. Terry says, I just threw a Rage concert VHS tape in today's Goodwill box. Love it. Evan is late to the party. Let's see. Missed the Bowman break last night watching the Cubs game. I watched it this morning, though. I flipped the Cubs game on. Had it on the background. I think must have been a fast game, even for being 10-1. I think I started my stream in the 7th inning. I think it was already 10-1, or it might have been 8-1 when I started. I can't remember. If I want to send you the cards I promised you, do you have a shipment address for your incoming? Yes. Go to 1millioncubs.com and my P.O. box is there. Here's the link to my website, and my address is on there. Let's see. Rage, Wu-Tang, and Beastie Boys went on tour in 1997. Wu-Tang left the tour after a few shows, but I'm mad I wasn't able to see the one with all three that did happen in Atlanta. That's another one that there's not too many. I'm not a big concert. Like Pearl Jam, love them. We'll go see them. Other than that, like the only ones, I think there's probably 3 acts that I'm bummed I never saw. Actually, now that I think of it, 4. There's 4 acts that I never saw that I wish I would have seen. Tom Petty, number 1. Alice in Chains with Lane Staley. Stone Temple Pilots, like before Scott Weiland, well, before he died and before he got all, heroined up, and the Beastie Boys. Would have enjoyed to see the Beastie Boys. George loves Rage, gets me pumped up if I want to exercise. Love it. Henry forgot about Blues Traveler. Brandon in the house. I know I'm up early. Where can I catch some of the live? George says Blues Traveler was a top 5 concert for me. Could have been the performance enhancers that I was on, though. Love it. Cody's in the house, 608 Sports Cards. Seen Dave Matthews Band about 15 times. Best was being on the field at Wrigley. So I was at one of the Dave. I wasn't at the show. This was when Goose Island was open across the street. And so me and some friends went and hung out on the patio. And you can hear the show like clear as day. It's like almost being there because you're basically just in the upper deck, a little back. So that was, what year would that have been? Dave Matthews Band. Again, this was probably in the 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere in that range. Let's see. You won the grand prize last night on my stream. To Henry, congrats, Henry. The Agile Collector, SoCal. Can't you just drop off to PSA locally at Frank & Sons card shows or receiving in Newport Beach? He might be able to do that. Henry says, Masatoshi Nei, 92, Japanese-born American evolutionary biologist, died, and Marlene Hagee, LPGA co-founder, died. Found some lacrosse cards in a collection. Didn't know about pro lacrosse or that Topps has a set for it. Interesting. Now, if we want to talk about worst concerts, Crazy Town. You didn't like Butterfly? Ain't no lady doing something at that concert. Crazy Town, Butterfly. That song was on one of my first CD burning mix CDs that I made. That in Monster Magnet. Was that the bit? Was Monster Magnet with frickin' what's his name? Tommy Lee? Monster Magnet was different. Monster Magnet. Oh, they were Power Trip. Space Lord, Mother. Boom, boom, boom. Monster Magnet was on there, but what was Tommy Lee's band back then? Talking like 2000, 2001. Tommy Lee Band. Oh my God. Methods of Mayhem. Methods of frickin' Mayhem. Oh my God. This is butt rock, people. This Methods of Mayhem is like Limp Bizkit, Stained, Creed. We are butt rock, baby. 1999, 2000. What was their biggest hit? It was like Get Naked. Get naked. Methods of frickin' Mayhem. No, that's not their name. I just keep saying Methods of frickin' Mayhem. Methods of Mayhem. That was on my CD. That's like, is that one of the worst mixed CDs you've ever heard? Monster Magnet, Methods of Mayhem, and Crazy Town. I'm sure there was like the Thong song on there too. Let's see. Henry says, I'm sorry couldn't be there. Do you need my address or anything? Let me know. There you go. Jay and Henry hooking up the Addies. Jay used Got baseball cards from Atlanta for PSA sub, free pre-screen. Saved me on 13 of 26 cards submitted. Excellent service. That's awesome. Andy Mack went to shows Greenville and Lexington. Wrigley 2016, though. I was in the front by Mike. You can clearly see me in the Cubs Pearl Jam documentary. Oh, that's awesome. I went to the theater to watch that when it opened. Great doc. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Jay wants to know if Stuke's still in Oklahoma. Oh, Austin's in Bloomington, Illinois. Forgot about that. The name of it's going to be Twin City Collectibles in Bloomington Normal, the Twin Cities. I saw a concert in Bloomington Normal once when I spent more time at ISU than my actual college. At the Bone Student Center, I saw, and this was a terrible concert. I love the music, but it was a terrible show. Three Doors Down, Fuel, and Oleander. Oleander, who opened, was probably the best. Fuel was great. I love Fuel. Three Doors Down was awful. Oh my God, they were terrible in concert. Bone Student Center, probably 2000, 2001. Three Doors Down, Fuel, and Oleander. Oleander was probably the best. Fuel was great. And Three Doors Down sucked. Let's see. Where are we at? Low Roller Scratcher in the house. By the way, he's got a new video up. You won a lot of money, didn't you? Like $900? Low Roller Scratcher, new video. There you go. Anybody ever close to coming across a 1952 Bowman Mickey Mantle? Creed, Take Me Higher at Dallas Cowboys game. Goosebumps. Love it. Brian Dean in the house. What's up? George loved Butterfly, which is why I went and listened to that ear rape of the night. Woofers farting out some pure shit, right? Anyone miss O-Town concert? O-Town. New metal crashed and burned as soon as it became mainstream. Let's see. Thinking because a judge broke Maris's record, I now think I'm going to move into heavy collecting his stuff. Andy Mack says STP, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains are my regrets. Got to see Weiland with Velvet Revolver and Cornell with Audio Slave. Nice. George says Fuel was one of the top 5 as well. Ken says it looks like I came in at the end again. Yes, you did. Just about to wrap it up because I've got to run over to the house. I won over $1,200 on Skill Games slot machine. Does your area have Skill Games in your gas station? I don't know. I've never looked. So that's what I had for today. Concert talk. Love it. So thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you like concert talk. Green Day 2001. Nice. I've never seen Green. I never saw Green Day. I haven't, I've probably only done like 10 total concerts, maybe 12, of bands you've heard of, or like mainstream bands. I just not a big concert guy. So like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit my eBay store. Football cards have been added. Bowman hits from last night's break. The link to that break video is in the description. So if you're bored and want to watch me rip, there you go. Link is in the description. So with that, I'm going to go refill my coffee, go check on the house, and then ship my ass off. That's what I'm going to do today. Ship my ass off. So have a great Saturday. I will go live tomorrow morning, probably roughly the same time, around 8:30 Central Time on Sunday. Have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday, and we'll talk tomorrow.